Voice chat knows. What stock is that again? Welcome to Read the Room with Unc. Yo, what up, everybody? This is Unc coming back with this episode of Read the Room. Just go over some plays from the week. Not much review on last week's list. Um, Definitely, everyone knows we didn't have the greatest week. So what I look for in those weeks, kind of walk away from the ones that fail. Anything that had a level that held up good to that pressure. Definitely want to keep an eye on when we go back to risk on or have one of these little bear rallies. I think that's where the best opportunities will be offered. So if you survived last week, um, definitely stick to that plan. Be mindful of the rules that you had set up that got you through the week, and continue that until you do see the market turn, um, which I do think we will get this week. A couple good days, just because of not only the short week, but because we've had some downward pressure over the last week, maybe week and a half or so. So with that, let's get right into the list for this week. And you notice the ones that kind of go to the top here are the ones that we've been on longer. I just put the new ones on the bottom. There's really no alphabetical order, but the ones that have stayed on the list a little longer are there. So this week we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 repeat. We're about 50-50 split on new and old. First up here, Jivo, still love the ad sub 3. 240 area I'm liking right now. About $1 back to the zone from there. This is more of a long-term news catalyst for me. Let me get on the Jivo chart. Um, but I like this. I like the 350 to 5 channel. I think we do reclaim that. We're now just playing back the channel is good for me. This 250 held up really well. It just again took a beating last week. So I think we recover at minimum this, which is a decent 5 to 7% move. But I'm really looking for the 350 to reclaim, which is a sizable move from here. Um, Everybody knows the stock. Been on it for a while with the biofuel play, and also the news catalyst for these guys. They kind of put one out every month of a new partnership. So really just looking for this trend to change and get back into the channel. When it does, we'll reevaluate whether we have a lower high or not. But I think even right in here, if you look on the chart, I think we're going to retest here, which is the $4 level. 354 at worst. Next up is the EXK. Looking for this to reclaim 350 early in the week. Went with the market trend below our level. Looking to reclaim early in the week. I obviously wrote that note twice for some reason. So sticking with that. If you look on the weekly, we definitely just had a down week. Kind of went with the market. I do like how it bounced back Friday. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just looking for this. This one got a day start early. I'm looking for it to reclaim this level. That enough from here is enough for me to trade. And I also have a level or a spot that previously has proven to be support or resistance. Um, don't really have a catalyst for the silver, but when one comes in, this is a chart you're going to want to be familiar with. Matt was on its way to 2. The offering hit $1.35 for 50 mil. Playable back there, real close to our lower line of 142. The 135 is close to the 142 at 7 cents. Dollar adds after a sideways week. This is one chart I'm a little bit more optimistic about, just because we had maybe a 10-cent drop here on the week. Nothing huge, but really did not want to break the dollar. So that's what I'm looking for. Maybe add in the 1 to 105 range and have my stop loss around 95. That's kind of the risk reward I like, especially with the move back to the 135 offering price or 142, which is kind of even mid candle. Um, we were playing a lot tighter zone on this, um, and we did get out to the 2, but that offering kind of killed that momentum. So I'm looking for it to settle back in here somewhere in the long run. All right, next up we have MRS 180 to 195 ad zone. Usually I don't give ad zones, but I'm pretty confident in this one. If we scroll up here on the notes, Pretty sure I dropped. Yeah, AMR's 170 held again. This was Thursday. I dropped this on Thursday. Um, had a good day Friday, so we are kind of a little bit above that zone. But I like this. This will be back two. I think you can just get in the twos from here. Pull up the chart real quick. Um, this still has that overall flow read too. So yeah, I'm just looking for it to check back up in here this week. Very, very harmonic stock. Yeah, I think these 2 days are pretty telling that we're going to end up back up in the mid to low twos. Leaps are still real good on this. If you look at the weekly chart, if this ever does get some positive news, not only do we have maybe 100% run back to the fours from here, but it definitely has range to get even above that. More of a long term coming out of the other side of this market, which I have talked that could be 6 to 18 months. But this is one I would definitely have in your portfolio when we do come out the other side. All right, CE and X way too beat down 7 forming strong support. Looking for the bleeding to stop soon. I like mid sevens to low sevens area. Same note from last week. I believe the catalyst is coming in on this, which is just aluminum prices. Yeah, I like where this is at. You kind of got a double bottom here the last 2 weeks that says, hey, this is the lower level that we're going to be having. 12 still stands out on the flow and all time frames. Kind of a slower play. Watch aluminum prices if you're interested in this. Timing this might not be the easiest thing, but grabbing a piece of the trend change should not be a problem. TEL, one of my favorite charts from last week. Around 316 line here, looking for that to reclaim 350. Next key area, 275 is the last low. I don't think that node changed much. It kind of bounced around there anyways last week. Yeah, we came out Monday smoking hot. Came right back down to that level on Wednesday and didn't really reclaim, but kind of stuck around the 3. So I like how this reset. This is a great chart. If you look at it, it's a doji on the weekly and had range back through our level. So I think the market tried to hold this one down, and it had the mind of its own. So if we do get any kind of relief, this should definitely have some good range. Also high up on the professor's list this week, I like plays that kind of meet both our requirements. Tupperware, confirming sevens for continuation, stronger flow read now. Crap, sorry, I clicked the wrong one there. No, I didn't. Yeah, so stronger flow read now. Yeah, just looking for this area to hold. You can kind of see it on the chart. We have a 630 to 7. I need this 7 to hold for this move into the upper zone. I like this long term. I think this will be back in the 10s before the end of the year. As the professor said, go open your cupboards and tell me you don't have some Tupperware in there. All right, APRN, onto the new ones. 3.4 to 4 channel with plenty of range if the shorts continue to play. This is one of those short squeeze plays. We kind of talked about how all the stuff doesn't start on Monday. I tried to mention this one. I think I mentioned it Thursday, maybe even Wednesday. Just kind of seeing it happening. You can see the 340 level right in here. That's what I'm calling range to 4. Nothing crazy. This does have a lot more range, especially if the shorts want to pile in. Monday is going to be telling on which way this go. I can't predict it, but I think we do open up above 4. That would be a good sign that this is going to continue to take off. Maybe trap some people down in here. Bean, 12, 28 to 20, 21 lines from previous voice, enough range to let the trend form for the daily trade. Go up here to Bean real quick, show you what I'm talking about. All right, here's your channel. You can see it. We got a huge sell-off at the beginning of the year, but this 12 has held 2 or 3 times now. Kind of getting smaller on the harmonics, higher lows, lower highs, so we are throttling out here in the middle. But this is one of the better solar plays, in my opinion, from the share side. Options, from what I can tell, aren't as bad as well. Finding the entry on this one, like I said, you can kind of let it confirm on the daily. When it gets going, A little slower mover, but does have good follow through on the days. Next up is BlackRock Coffee Club Company. $8 support forming nicely. Won't stay under that if offered long. 10 current resistance. I like this one last week. The flow wasn't there to keep it on the hot list, but it came back in. $8 is kind of the pivot right now. 10's the resistance. Um, we both feel that this will be back into the lower teens. For me, 10 has to confirm for that. So that's the area I'm currently trading right now. Cook, 424 to 450. I like ads. I like should test 5 and can offer more if it confirms that level. I like this one better than Weber now. This is what we're looking for, is this level to kind of, I guess you'd call it a breakout. Um, but I want to see a retest and confirmation hold of this level, not just a spike through this level. So I do like the ads down in this zone, just to play that range. Uh, Weekly chart and daily chart kind of both primed for a bigger move, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be shocked at the 7.5 level forming. Don't think we get to 10 without a catalyst, but this should offer some pretty good range um, going into the next few weeks, especially in the summer. Traeger um, grills usually do good that time of year. Loyalty, like sub 245 with the range back to 3. The leaps still are in play. Yeah, everything's good about this one. We keep getting these $3 tests. Let me zoom in a little bit. Kind of ebbs and flows around 360 maybe be the high spot. But from here, I like the playback just a 3. If you can get in this and keep free shares, not a bad idea to keep accumulating them that way, especially if the move does happen. Kind of talked in the other voice chat on long-term expectations, both realistic and unrealistic for this, which is why people are attracted to it. Hamonex, our previous level 703, under the radar semi. Think it reclaims some of last week's losses from here. So let's go check out Hamonex. Semi play, I just like this one because it's a little better than the ones that are well known for me to trade. And it has a 30% channel currently that we're on the bottom of. Just like a lot about it. I can play this level with a pretty tight stop loss and still do decent on a trade. So I'm just mindful basically of playing this line that's a previous winner. Kodak, 460, one of my favorite levels. Higher lows on the weekly and daily. Kind of catch the trend on the last few of these. Literally charts that are just on our levels again. 460, you've seen it. Seen it many times. Has the range to 7. I'm not going by that right now. I do like this 550 though. That dollar move off this level. Can't wait. Be a little patient with this and dip by. Monday should be telling on which side of 460 this is gonna trend to for the week. And last but not least here, Nat, 199, 235 previous lines. Recent winner in a good spot. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. This is what I look for in general when the market has a bad week is stuff that holds levels that I previously had. You can see this bounce right off the $2 level. We haven't really got back to the 235 in a while, so if I held through, I would like to see that confirm with some strength. If not, there's plenty of range in this channel. It's 15 to 17%. Flow read was good on this. Me and the professor kind of saw the same thing. So I like when that lines up, especially on something that we've previously won on, especially on something that's on a previous level we've won on. All right, now a little bit of extra credit here. A couple socials that I'm keeping my eye on. AERC, definitely overextended here. I feel it's overextended, but it's not going away. So scalpable day trades on this only. For the meantime, what levels do we have here? Yeah, I had 9, and then I moved the 9 up to 1170 because the 9 wasn't getting hit. But still, it offers pretty good range from there. Definitely don't go large on this thing, but be mindful of this because it's just again, too much range to not notice. 80 in, I really like. Um, yeah, you can see it's kind of holding this level very, very well. If you look at the weekly last week, it didn't really want to just drop out. We're still above mid candle, which is 2. So I'll be mindful for this one if it comes in on your scans or screeners, or if you see me drop it. And then the Blue Apron, the APRN, we actually got on the hot list, which don't put many socials on the hot list. And the 2 I dropped Friday or Clovis Thursday, excuse me, Thursday morning. I dropped these. Both of them moved dramatically off the level that I had charted. Looking for a little pullback, but these should be active. This one might be, that might have been the move. I won't really know till Monday. I'll alert a level when I see it. Usually if I mention something, that's when I just bought. So be mindful of that. And LYT. This one I like a hell of a lot better. You can see why. We had a stupid drop, and we're kind of here at 5. Perfect off the psychological level. Not I don't think we can get mid candle back, but I think we can get a substantial percent on this. I haven't looked at the short yet on this, but if that comes into play, this could be the play of the week right here. So be mindful of those, especially when they're mentioned, because these are more social plays that are quick in and outs with no catalyst. They're purely off momentum and volume, which is something we do play, but it's not something we're sitting and waiting for or put on the hot list to say these are going to be the best trades of the week, because you really are more risk and of course more reward, but the more risk is something that we don't advise unless you it fits your style and your trading ability. So these aren't for everyone, but there's a few of us. Shout out to Pele, mainly for helping the room find these kind of plays and offering throughout the day. He's great at finding the ones that are going to move on pure social presence alone. So those are my kind of going into the week looks. I think we're moving on from the red box. Revlon might still be active, but I think we're moving on from the red box, and the crappy energy ones that got pumped just seem to be over, which would be like SUSA and SNMP. All right, everybody, short and sweet this week. I hope y'all had a good, safe 4th of July. Let's get in there. Just get a couple plays this week. It's not a bad idea to focus on a couple of the really good ones, especially if we do get a turn in the market, and play those a little better than trying to have a bunch of irons in the fire. So find levels you like, maybe previous winners, and let's stick to those this week. Trade safe. Remember, it is a short week. I think we do have some unemployment numbers and other things coming out this week, so we'll have to navigate that. As always, DMs and everything open in the RTL Academy room. Professor should have his notes up as well. Mine are all active. We'll get the hot list out as soon as it's finished. Other than that, everybody have a great week, and most importantly, respect the lines.